solve my tax problem. I walked away owing close to nothing. I would highly recommend Superior Tax Relief. They saved my life.
We can protect you from the added fees and negotiate your tax liability. Superior Tax Relief can set you free from your tax issues. Call Superior Tax Relief to find out how you can qualify for the Fresh Start program that's now available. Don't hesitate. Call today. Call 800-711-5099. The consultation is free. The information is free. This call could save you thousands. Call 800-711-5099. 800-711-5099. That's 800-711-5099.
Experience no-hassle shopping at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Ford's Furniture. Furniture you know. People you trust.
Nursing is one of the most rewarding careers because nurses save lives every day. TJ Regional Health is looking for nurses who like to make a difference each and every day. Come and be a part of the future at TJ Regional Health by joining our amazing nursing staff today. We offer sign-on bonuses, student debt relief, flexible schedules, and a great retirement plan. For more information, call the Human Resources Department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital or go online tjsampson.org.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. We're waking up with, 46 degrees here at the 6 minute after 6 o'clock mark here on WCLU. The live and local morning show is on the air, and we're going to talk about lots going on locally today. But first things first, let's talk about our birthdays that we have coming in here for today. First of all, on this Friday, March the 15th, it's the 40th birthday for Billy Embry. And Billy, at the bottom of the hour, will sound a gong in your honor, sir. We have a mother-daughter tag team here today. It is Tiffany Wyatt, who is turning 45, and her son, Jared Wyatt, is turning 14. That's Tiffany Wyatt, 45, Jarrett Wyatt, 14. Congratulations. We've got Karen Pace Nunn, Jim Nelson, Wayne Gauntz, Amanda Begley Carver, who is 29, Garrett Atkinson is 13, Charles Kearney with a birthday, Ethan Sweeney with a birthday today, too. I'm sorry, it's Austin Sweeney. Austin Sweeney. Now I've got Ethan Follis. Ethan is a teen today. Ethan is 13 today. Danny Jones celebrates. Wanda Settle is turning 80. Robin Mansfield is 2 years old from Dad and Tanya today. We want to send that out. We've got the birthday today. We have Jamie Wells. And let's see. We also have Stan Arbogast. It's the birthday of Brenda Hurt, Betty Norris. Berlin Roy is 79, and Larry Settles is 73. One anniversary couple so far today. That's the anniversary of Chris and Bretta Schalk. Their 22nd wedding anniversary today. Congratulations to the Schalks today. A bunch for the weekend. We'll get those when we round the corner here on the Live and Local Morning Show from WCLU. 608, 46 degrees. What about it, Ray Stajic? A calmer day?
Mild weather and some wet weather around yesterday, now being replaced by cooler weather and dry weather. And maybe dry weather in the forecast until the middle of next week. Enjoy it, although jackets required for the most part. Doesn't look too bad. Clouds mixed with some sun this morning. As we get into the afternoon, more clouds gather, and won't be surprised if we go from values this morning on the thermometer in the upper 40s into the mid-40s. Then overnight tonight, a few clouds around and much cooler, down near 30. Sunshine tomorrow, cool 52. That's 10 below average. And we could dip into the upper 20s tomorrow night. Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, more sun than clouds in the mid-50s. And probably going to take the mid-50s into Monday and Tuesday with plenty of sunshine. Overnight lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. Next chance of rain Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Nice and quiet on the radar screen this morning. A little blip out there in North Carolina where the shower activity left Kentucky late last night and waking them up a little bit. I'm sure they're dealing with the wind over there, kind of like we had to yesterday. My goodness. We saw some 44-mile-an-hour gusts around here. This morning, where the wind's out of the southwest at 7 miles an hour, 62% humidity, 29.96 is the pressure, and we had 5 100s, 0.05 in the rain gauge from yesterday. For all of that racket and huffing and puffing that the wind did, we pretty much didn't get a whole lot of rain out of that deal. 46 degrees, WCLU. Stand by for Wes Royce and local news right after this.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care Monday through Friday with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Risks. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. The Barron County Trojanettes overcame Pikeville High School girls basketball team yesterday during the opening of the KHSAA State Tournament Sweet 16. The Trojanettes will play Male High School at 5:30 this evening. As WCLU recently reported, the fan base has grown substantially for the Trojanettes over the course of the season. Several gold shirts filled Rupp Arena as fans packed the seats on Thursday. Over 1,000 tickets were sold alone at Barron County High School just this past week. According to the KHSAA Twitter account, the total attendance for the first four sessions was 20,377 people. This set a record for the most people to attend multiple KHSAA state tournament sessions. Barron County High School sophomore Blaine Smith says the environment of the games makes him excited.
It's pretty exciting. I'm pumped that we get out of school tomorrow, and I just hope we go all the way.
And, is your family here today?
Yes, they are.
All right. And do you all plan to come back?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what kind of keeps you going to come back, aside from just being a fan of the Trojanettes?
Just the energy around the program. We have a great program at BCHS, and let's win. Let's get state.
In a post-game press conference, head coach Piper Lindsay said, "We have a heck of a following, and these girls feed off it." As it's been called, Trojanet Nation cheered the team throughout the game as they kept a lead over Pikeville. At the end of the first quarter, the Trojanettes led 17-6. Into the second quarter, Pikeville strengthened their offense, narrowing the gap to 6 points. Pikeville fell short before the half with 15 points compared to the Trojanettes' 32. Junior guard Elizabeth Bertram led the Trojanettes with 12 points, followed by senior guard Bailey Pettigo with 8. Pikeville strengthened their offense in the third quarter to place a 2-point margin between the Trojanettes and themselves for the period. At the end of the quarter, Pikeville had 17 points, while Barron County scored 19, making the score 51-32. Likewise, Pikeville led in the final quarter with a 1-point lead for the period over the Trojanettes. The final score, 65-47. Bertram scored 21 points, followed by Bailey Pettigo with 18, and Mallory Pettigo with 13 points. Barron County Schools is not in session today to allow fans to travel to Lexington. The Trojanettes will face Male High School in the quarterfinals beginning at 5:30 this evening. For updates, stay tuned to WCLU Facebook and Twitter as Brennan Crane and Aaron Russell bring you live updates and photos. You can also tune into the game at 1490 AM, 103.1 FM, and online at WCLUradio.com. On Wednesday, the Glasgow Police Department executed a search warrant at a residence on Joe Traylor Avenue. Officers located individually wrapped bags of methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, handguns, digital scales, pipes, and rolling papers. Jimmy Tucker of Glasgow was arrested and charged with trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree first offense, less than 2 grams of methamphetamine, trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree first offense, less than 4 grams of cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, third-degree drug unspecified, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, prescription of a controlled substance not in the proper container, first offense. The arrest was made by Officer Mason Wethington, who was assisted by Lieutenant Aaron Cowan, Sergeant Nick Houchins, Officer John Warnock, Officer Andrew Moore, Officer Trevor Morrison, and Officer John Dewberry. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. Right now it is 46 degrees, 6:15.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow.
Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like-new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
To Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, 306 Happy Valley Road, Glasgow.
In more local news at this hour, Governor Matt Bevin yesterday joined Toyota Motor Manufacturing Company executives and local officials to announce $238 million in investment to add production of two models at the Georgetown plant, the Lexus ES Hybrid and the RAV4 Hybrid. TMMK leaders plan to begin Lexus ES Hybrid production in May with a capacity of 12,000 units. In the fall of 2015, the plant became the first U.S. facility to produce a Lexus vehicle when assembled. TMMK assembled its initial ES350. The hybrid version is currently made in Japan. RAV4 hybrid assembly is expected to ramp up in January of 2020 with a capacity of approximately 100,000 units per year. The investment is part of Toyota's effort to boost production at its facilities throughout the U.S., including the new production lines at TMMK. Toyota plans to invest nearly $750 million across 5 production facilities. Those include Toyota Manufacturing Alabama, Toyota Motor Manufacturing West Virginia, and Bodine Aluminum operations in Tennessee. And Kentucky's automotive industry includes 520-plus facilities employing more than 100,000 people full-time. The Georgetown plant has been a major factor in Kentucky, attracting nearly 200 Japanese-owned manufacturing, service, and technology-related facilities. Located throughout the state, those Japanese-owned facilities employ nearly 40,000 people in the state. Unemployment rates fell in 37 Kentucky counties between January of 2018 and this year, rose in 72, and stayed the same in 11 counties, according to the Kentucky Center for Statistics, an agency of the Kentucky Education and Workforce Development Cabinet. Woodford County recorded the lowest jobless rate in the Commonwealth at 3.1%. It was followed by Fayette County, 3.3%, Oldham and Shelby counties, 3.4%, Scott County, 3.5%, and Boone and Spencer counties at 3.6% each. Magoffin County recorded the state's highest unemployment rate at 14.2%. It was followed by Lewis County at 10.1%, Carter County at 10%, and Elliott County at 9.8%. Kentucky's county unemployment rates and employment levels are not seasonally adjusted because small sample sizes. Employment statistics undergo sharp fluctuations due to seasonal events such as weather changes, harvests, holidays, and school openings and closings. Seasonal adjustments eliminate these influences and make it easier to observe statistical trends. The comparable and unadjusted unemployment rate for the state of Kentucky was 4.5% for January of 2019 and 4.4% for the entire country. Legislation to legalize and regulate wagering on sporting events in Kentucky is dead for this session of the General Assembly, but don't expect the issue to go away. Lawmakers say proponents of the legislation are already looking ahead to the 2020 General Assembly when only a simple majority from both chambers is needed for passage. During the non-budget shorter sessions in odd-number years, it takes a 60% vote in both chambers. Bill sponsor Representative Adam Koenig from Erlanger told Insider Louisville on Tuesday a similar plan in next year's session looks favorable. He says nothing is really dead until midnight on the last day of the session, but needing a supermajority of votes was too high a bar to get in a short time period. House Speaker David Osborne on Wednesday night said the bill was dead for this session because they didn't have the 60 votes necessary. The gambling bill gained ground this session with 21 co-sponsors and bipartisan support. A study commissioned by Keeneland Racetrack estimated $20 million in new tax revenue that could go towards paying down the state's grossly underfunded pension system. However, opponents like Family Foundation say the cost on the lives of Kentucky families, which is the main target in expanded gambling, is steep and could lead to a corrupting influence on government. Gambling addiction leads to broken families, alcoholism, drug use, and more, said the organization. The money gained from sports wagering and medical marijuana wouldn't come close to paying off the underfunded pension system, Governor Matt Bevin has said, seemingly making the argument moot. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. It is 6:21 and 46 degrees in downtown Glasgow. Up next, KNN News.
Your choice of sectionals is only limited by your imagination. Not only can you select from our large in-stock inventory, you can special order from an amazing selection of styles, colors, and fabrics. Our sectionals are so flexible they can fit nearly any room and any space. You can customize the size, the shape, the firmness, the fabric, even the pillows. All from Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chatzman. Dozens of preschoolers escaped injury when a tornado touched down near Paducah Thursday morning. The twister damaged the Mount Zion Preschool Center in West Paducah. There were 40 children inside the school. Kentucky State Police Trooper Rob Austin.
We have one gentleman who sustained minor injuries, just scratches, essentially. A grain bin had blown onto his truck and wrapped around his truck, and they were able to extricate him with very minor injuries.
Several homes in McCracken County were damaged and some cars were destroyed. A judge has sentenced a 34-year-old Kentucky man to 10 years in prison in the death of his 5-month-old daughter after she was left in a van. Michael Anthony Thigpen of Brandenburg was sentenced Thursday in Logan County Circuit Court. His daughter died from hyperthermia in 2016. He pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter and 2 counts of first-degree assault. Kentucky exports reached an all-time high for the 4th straight year.
Governor Bevin announced that nearly $32 billion in goods and services were shipped abroad from the Commonwealth last year. That's a nearly 3% increase compared to 2017. Aerospace products were the #1 export, followed by motor vehicles and pharmaceuticals. Canada remains Kentucky's #1 export destination, receiving more than $7 billion in goods and services. France, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and Mexico rounded out the list. I'm Haley Hansen.
And U of L's run in the ACC basketball tournament is over. The Cardinals lost to the North Carolina Tar Heels 83-70 yesterday at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. The loss leaves the Cards with a 20-13 record and awaiting their postseason fate. The NCAA tournament bracket will be unveiled on Sunday. I'm Jaleesa Chatzman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility, for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers, look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers do your part in staying visible. Motorcyclists have the same rights as every other motor vehicle. That's somebody's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often, and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid for with federal funds.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:25, and we have 46 degrees here from the studios of WCLU. In area funeral announcements this hour, Mariah Amber DeCrue, age 23, of Park City, passed away Monday. She was the daughter of David Henson and Kathy DeCrue Basil and her fiancé Joe Roy. Besides her parents, she is survived by a daughter, Carmen Fox, two brothers, Kyle Henson and Michael Rundles, paternal grandparents, Jack and Levon Henson, four aunts, Connie Wills, Susan Hilgendorf, Debbie DeCrue, and Mary Pierce, two uncles, Eddie DeCrue and Odell Hilgendorf, three nephews, Gavin, Caden, and Ethan Henson, her child's father, Josh Fox, and her grandparents, Louie and Kathy Howard. Graveside services for Mariah Amber DeCrue will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon at the Henry City Cemetery in Henry, Tennessee. Visitation will be from 2 until 8 on Saturday afternoon at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home here in Glasgow. Roscoe Raymond Ramey, age 95, of Cave City, died Wednesday at his residence. He was a U.S. Army veteran of World War II, a retired electrician, and an avid golfer and pool player, and a member of the Cave City Church of Christ. Survivors include his wife of 68 years, Margaret Jessie Ramey, two daughters, Wanda Rutherford and Janet Jones of Cave City, four grandchildren, Aaron Ramey, Beth Taylor, Graham Rutherford, and Taylor Cruz, three sisters, Allison Harris of Florida, Jean Word of Summershade, and Frances Ann Beasley of North Carolina. Three great-grandchildren survive as well. The funeral service for Roscoe Raymond Ramey will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. Visitation will be after 2 p.m. on Saturday at the funeral home. Alternate expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to the T.J. Sampson Hospice. Brooklyn Grace Bass, the newborn daughter of Brian Patrick Bass and Kelly Marie Klein Bass. Brooklyn was born and died on Thursday, March the 13th, at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital in Glasgow. In addition to her parents, she is survived by her brother, Braden Bass, and her sister, Lauren Bass. Maternal grandparents, Ronnie and Nancy Klein. Paternal grandparents, Arlene and Danny Vincent. An uncle, Greg Klein. An aunt, April Johnson and Julie Vincent. Cousins, Shelby Klein, Riley Klein, Colin Klein, Caleb Johnson, and Ruthie Vincent. Maternal great-grandfather, James Page. Paternal great-grandfather, Betty Bass. A graveside service for Brooklyn Grace Bass will be held at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. The family will receive friends and family from 1:30 until time for service at the cemetery. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is assisting the family with arrangements. The family requested a memorial contribution be made to the Sacred Selections or to the Glory Baby Ministry. Mary Zell Rich Anderson Copus, age 84, of Tompkinsville, died Wednesday at Monroe County Medical Center. She was a member of the Beech Grove Baptist Church. Mary is survived by two daughters, Evie Hopkins and Sue Curtis, and a stepdaughter, Mary Doolin, two sisters, Nina Smith and Kathy Shirley, six grandchildren, Aaron and Robin Hopkins, Joshua, Julie, and Ashley Curtis, Kate Matthews, and a step-granddaughter, Lori Wilson, and five great-grandchildren. Service for Mary Zell Rich Anderson Copus will be held Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Mount Poland Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Frank A. Brim Brindle, Jr., 82, of Burkesville, died Wednesday. He is survived by his wife, Pat Brindle, his children, Patty Brindle of Burkesville, Charlotte Ballou of Benton, Louisiana, Lillian Rebstock of Franklin, Francis Fields of Nashville, and Frank Brindle II of Burkesville. 11 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren. Service for Frank A. Brendel will be held at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Burkesville Baptist Church, burial in the Scott Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation begins today at 2 p.m. at Norris New Funeral Home. Alternate expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to the Dale Hollow Marina Association Scholarship Fund. Katie Pitcock, age 39, of Fountain Run, died Wednesday at the Norton Hospital in Louisville. She worked at the restaurant in Fountain Run for many years, and the last 7 at Nanny Joe's. She loved music and was a Christian, and is survived by 2 daughters, Destiny Steenbergen and Jada Pitcock, both of Scottsville, fiancé Robbie Walker of Fountain Run, stepchildren Amber and Daniel Walker of Fountain Run, a brother Lynn Reed of Lafayette, a sister Susan Hudson of Westmoreland, 3 grandchildren Nevaeh Steenbergen, Aiden Walker, and Tanner Gass. Service for Katie Pitcock will be Saturday at 2 at the Fountain Run Funeral Home, burial in the Drury Cemetery in Lafayette. Visitation begins at 5 o'clock tonight and continues Saturday until time for service. Donations are requested for funeral expenses. Lorraine McDougall, 94, of Hodgenville, died Monday at Sunrise Manor. Ms. McDougall was a member of the First Baptist Church of Buffalo and a member of the Kentucky Women's Educational Convention, the Zion District Women's Educational Convention, and secretary of the Sunday School. Survivors include her cousins and caregivers, Reverend William and Eunice Curl of Hodgenville. Funeral services for Lorraine McDougall will be held at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Purcell and Sons Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Pleasant Valley Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. at Purcell and Sons Funeral Home. Mr. Willie Roscoe Finley, age 91, of Burkesville, died Thursday at his residence. He is survived by his children, Phyllis Slaughter and Darrell Finley of Burkesville, a sister, Geneva Pierce of Indianapolis, 5 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren, and 4 great-great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Mr. Willie Roscoe Finley will be held at the Norris New Funeral Home at noon on Sunday, with burial to follow in the Bow Schoolhouse Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation begins at 5 p.m. on Saturday at Norris New Funeral Home. Services for William Kendall Billy Walker, age 40, of Gamaliel, will be at the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home Monday at 1, burial in the Basville Cemetery. Visitation begins Sunday at 4. Service for Paul Adwell, 71, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Saturday at the A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home, burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 2 p.m. Service for Barbara Jean Shines Gardner, age 84, of Cub Run, will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Center Point Baptist Church, burial to be in the church cemetery. Visitation will be today from 10 until 8 at Seago Funeral Home. Funeral services for Roger Dale Jesse, age 70, of Edmonton, will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Butler Funeral Home, burial in the Jesse Cemetery. Visitation begins tonight at 5 p.m. The service for Mr. Cedric Lynn Shannon, age 38, of Lawrenceville, Georgia, will be held at 1 o'clock today at the First Baptist Church in Glasgow. Hayes, Watts, and Purcell Funeral Home is in charge. Service for Jesse Smith Dyer Tyree, age 97, of Tompkinsville, will be held at the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home today at 1 o'clock. Interment to be in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Service for Ray A. Vincent, age 70, of Mammoth Cave, will be at noon today at the Christian Home General Baptist Church. Interment is to be in the Ollie Cemetery. The Patton Funeral Home is in charge. Graveside services for Stanley Polson, age 88, of Glasgow, will be at 10 o'clock this morning at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Military honors provided by DAV Chapter 20. A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home is in charge. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
It's a super simple way to save when you take advantage of the Early Bird Hibachi Special at Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. Every afternoon from 2 until 5, you can enjoy steak and chicken, or steak and shrimp, or chicken and shrimp for just $15 each. So many ways to take advantage of this Early Bird Special, from family outings to office meetings to just getting ahead of the crowd. The Early Bird Hibachi Special, steak and chicken, steak and shrimp, or chicken and shrimp, just $15 each from 2 till 5 at Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. Lesser local sports in the shot heard around southern Kentucky yesterday. The Barron County Trojanettes won their opening matchup in the girls' Sweet 16 at Lexington's Rupp Arena. Barron County 65, Pikeville 47. In other action yesterday, it was Louisville Male all over Boyd County 72-54. So that sets up the evening matchup tonight. Barron County takes on Louisville Male at 5:30 this afternoon, Glasgow time. In the evening contest last night, North Laurel down Henderson County 66-43, and Southwestern over Collins 58-47. So here's the lineup for today. The first game we'll have on the air at 11 o'clock this morning. Scott County takes on Owensboro Catholic. That'll be followed by George Rogers Clark taking on Ryle. And the nightcap, of course, it's Barron County taking on Louisville Male at 5:30, and Southwestern takes on North Laurel. Stay tuned to WCLU for every game of the girls' Sweet 16 contest. And that's a check of local sports.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Hi, I'm Janelle Pettigo. I have been with South Central Bank for 13 years. From day one, I realized our customers are the best. We are very fortunate to have each and every one of them. They have made us what we are today. Here at South Central Bank, we make commercial loans, agriculture loans, mortgage home loans, personal loans, and automobile loans. Our goal is to treat our customers great as they deserve the best. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mild weather and some wet weather around yesterday, now being replaced by cooler weather and dry weather. And maybe dry weather in the forecast until the middle of next week. Enjoy it, although jackets required. For the most part, doesn't look too bad. Clouds mixed with some sun this morning. As we get into the afternoon, more clouds gather, and won't be surprised if we go from values this morning on the thermometer in the upper 40s into the mid-40s. Then overnight tonight, a few clouds around and much cooler, down near 30. Sunshine tomorrow, a cool 52. That's 10 below average. And we could dip into the upper 20s tomorrow night. Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, more sun than clouds in the mid-50s. And probably going to take the mid-50s into Monday and Tuesday with plenty of sunshine. Overnight lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. Next chance of rain Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. The barometer this morning is at 29.96. The humidity at 62%. That's pretty dry air out there for sure. Southwest winds at 7 miles an hour. We had 5/100ths of an inch of rain yesterday, and that low humidity all day long probably helped us from getting a whole lot of extra rain because of the fact that we had, the moisture was absorbed in the atmosphere at the time, but it was rough indeed, 44 degrees. If you talk about Mother Nature having a big impact on things, we heard on KNN about the big church that was blown away in Paducah. Well, that is, if you're watching on EPB Channel 6 or on our Facebook Live page, you can see the picture courtesy of Kentucky Today publication. They keep up with the things and provide us with information. And Kentucky Today has that picture. That's from the inside, right when you walk in the sanctuary of that church down there in Paducah. And you can look straight up and see the sky. Very, very scary scene there from Paducah. And that's the way it looks. Certainly we're glad we didn't have to see any of that around here either. We're at 44 degrees, 638 from WCLU.
Don't miss out on the Nissan Now sales event going on this month at Goodman Nissan, where you will be blown away by the savings. How about an 18 Sentra over $4,000 off, 18 Rogue Sports over $4,500 off, 19 Muranos over $5,000 off. And it don't stop there. 18 Rogues over $7,000 off, 19 Armadas over $9,000 off, and an 18 Titan fully loaded over $10,000 off, plus many more priced to move. Do you need another reason to buy a Nissan from us? Well, we are the only Nissan dealership to offer you the Goodman Advantage, which includes the powertrain warranty for life, all an added value at no cost to you. So stop in today and take advantage of the Nissan Now sales event going on at Goodman Nissan. You can find us at GoodmanAutomotive.com or on the corner of Happy Valley and Reynolds Road in Glasgow, Kentucky. Things have never been better at Goodman.
Come home to Goodman.
All right, we're at 6:39 right now, WCLU. I got to get into some birthdays here today and talk about Ralphie's Fun Center and talk about Ralphie Fun Center Birthday Bash. It's coming up tomorrow. Yes, they have a birthday, and yes, they are going to celebrate. You know, you can imagine what kind of a celebration Ralphie's is going to have for their seventh birthday tomorrow. They got a birthday bash coming up tomorrow from 8 p.m. till midnight. They have $7 cosmic bowling or skating. They're going to crank out some free cupcakes. They're going to have glow sticks. They'll have prizes and a whole lot more. You can imagine the Ralphie's Fun Center Rock and Glow Birthday Bash will be something to enjoy tomorrow at Ralphie's. Come on out and enjoy all day long in that 8 to midnight $7 special there with cosmic bowling or skating. Now let's get rolling here with the birthdays. We got a bunch to share with today here. We have, let's see. Well, I got to get the gong over here first things first. We have a 40 gong to sound today. Happy 40 for Billy Embry, who is celebrating today. We also have an 80 gong. Let me get that gong straightened up there. The 80 gong for Wanda Settle is today. We have a teen to welcome to the teens, Ethan Follis, 13 today. How about a mother and son tag team birthday? It is Tiffany Wyatt, who is 45. Jarrett Wyatt is 14, mother and son. Congratulations. We have Jim Nelson having a birthday today. It is Wayne Gauntz. Amanda Begley Carver is 29. We also have Charles Kearney, Austin Sweeney, Ethan Follis is 13. Danny Jones has a birthday on today. Robin Mansfield is 2, and that is from Dad and Tanya, Robin. Jamie Wells is... Now, Wes, I never have been able to tell the difference in your 4s and your 9s, so help me out right here.
She's 44.
Jamie Wells is 44. Well, I was going to say 44 or 99. Based on your handwriting, but it is going to be Jamie Wells, 44. I'm glad I asked before I made her 99 today. We've got Mila Ray Peterson. Mila Ray Peterson from Grandpa with a birthday today. Mila Ray, looks like, is 2 today. It's also the birthday for Stan Arbogast, Brenda Hurt, Betty Norris, Berlin Roy. Berlin, 79 today. We have Larry Settles turning 73. Did I tell you about Miss Lori DeMundren? Yes, Miss Lori has a birthday today. And it's Chris and Bretta Schock. Chris and Bretta have their 22nd wedding anniversary underway today. Let's turn to the Saturday birthday list. And first things first, I want to see if on the Saturday birthday list, if anybody remembers this song.
Get up, you sleepyhead, get up. Get out of bed, see how the sun is shining. First you'll flop up your pillow and put it on your bed, and you'll turn on the radio, listen to my dad.
Yeah, that's my daughter, Cara Lou. She was 4 years old when she recorded that song. A little intro to the program here. Well, she will not mind me telling you that today she is 31 years old. Where does time go? Well, it just keeps going for sure. That's just a dad thing to get to play that song one time there on her 31st birthday. Okay, also on Saturday, we have Shannon Swafford, Tamara Gross. It's Billy Deckard's birthday, Renee McGuire. We also have Danny Edmonds, Andy Joe Moore, Will Compton, Cole Scott. Rita Coomer has a birthday on Saturday. Donna Caffey celebrates. Sarah Russell with a birthday, too. Anniversary Saturday for Marshall and Lucy Gray, and for Kenneth and Joyce Pace. Now, Sunday, we've got Penny Houchins. Penny's going to be 53. You remember she was good as gold yesterday, and some folks wanted to make sure that we had a good chance to know about her going into the weekend for Penny's birthday. How about this one? Little Gracie Kate Deckard. Well, little Gracie is 14? Wow. Lori White, Linda Mutter, who is Lori's mom, is having a birthday on Sunday. So that's Lori White, Linda Mutter, mother-daughter. Barbara Underwood, Sunday. Hayden McCandless is going to be 13 on Sunday. Happy 13th birthday for Hayden. Dot Cross, David Jesse, Amy Bowman. Pastor Erdy Carter has a birthday on Sunday. Jacob Gore, Kurt Fry, Chris Oakes, Kelly Lee. David Barrick has a birthday on Sunday. And Erica Russell Adams celebrates on Sunday as well. And we've got one anniversary on Sunday. This is always one of my favorite anniversaries because it's St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and we have quite the St. Patrick's sounding anniversary here for Pat and Janet O'Brien. That's right, Pat and Janet O'Brien with a wedding anniversary. Fittingly on St. Patrick's Day. Wow, that's a lot of stuff to talk about, but that's just kind of what we come down here for in the first place. 651-914-800-956-1023. Online, WCLUradio.com. We better get rolling or we're going to get so far behind we can't catch up. We're going to jump right into the archives right now. We have Sam Terry online who's going to visit us as we share some things of the past. After we hear from our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Service.
I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
It's 6:46. Sam Terry, how you doing this morning?
Doing very well, Henry. How are you?
Just fine. I know a lot of folks are glad to have you back after you were a little under the weather, and I believe you're really improving here.
I am, and glad to be back.
Let's see. Let's get rolling here with the archives. We got some ground to cover right here. This was, well, actually, let me tell you one more time. I want to remind folks about the exhibit that's up only until the 21st, the Black History Month exhibit at the Cultural Center in the Snavely Gallery on the second floor of the museum. So don't miss that opportunity because that's what it is. Now let's go back here to 1919. I hate to report this, but it is news. It is a part of our history. But this day in 1919, published in the Glasgow Republican, the casualty list. The following is a report of the Barron County boys who lost their lives in the World War. Of course, you know, we had only had one. We hadn't numbered them yet. But that was in the World War of 1919. Died in action Private James C. Anderson of Cave City and Private Porter Harrison of Glasgow. There have been 8 who died of the disease overseas. And there have been 12 who died of disease in the U.S. There's a little irony in that, you know. It's overseas. There either wasn't as much disease or they were taking care of it better. And Mr. Ed Watson, the son of Mr. and Ms. J.E. Watson of this place, has been reported killed in action, and the report may be true, but his parents are not willing to announce until it's officially announced. Now, that is a very parental-sounding thing. You know, we're holding on to any thread that's out there, Sam.
Absolutely. And, of course, history now tells us, 100 years later, that we had more casualties from Barron County than those listed, and Watson did indeed die, and today you can go out to the municipal cemetery, and there's a very fine monument there in his memory, and you can also go down to First United Methodist Church, and in the sanctuary on the right side, all the way to the front of the sanctuary is a stained glass window in his memory.
We gave the supreme sacrifice, and it's a really nice monument up there at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. They're listing his place of death as France. Wow, it's hard to think about, you know, those lost and what they meant to so many around here. Let's go to 1929. Here's a revolution in the way that we do things around here, a good one. This was the day in 1929 the Glasgow City Council directed suit to be filed against all owners of property who've not yet complied with the law that directs them to make proper sewer connection. There are many homes in town that continue the use of cesspools and outhouses in violation of city ordinances. You ever wonder why you don't see an outhouse around here? Well, of course, it's a violation of a city ordinance, among other reasons. The city contends that the sewer built at great expense for the well-being and the health of the city as a whole, and that no individual has a right to deliberately endanger the health of the community. I really like the strength of that statement from the city council, Sam.
I can't argue with it at all. It's kind of amazing that 90 years ago, things like that were still being debated by some folks.
That's right. Hey, outhouse, you say you have a right to keep your outhouse? No, you don't. Not and endanger the health of the community. 1939, an advertisement, Sam. The Cisco Shutt Furniture Company. A wonderful two-piece Kroller living room suit. You can get it for $85. That's the whole suit. All other suits are as low as $35. And they're listed as superb style, fine construction, and also a glorious three-piece bedroom suit. You know, the prices range from $32.50 and up, styled in classic simplicity. And a 9-piece dining room suit, a marvel of a value, at $65. They were cranking out some really great prices there in 1939. Three-piece.
They were, and of course,
go ahead.
A reminder that Cisco Shutt was on the north side of the Glasgow Square, and the building is now gone, and it would have been just about the right corner of the present Barron County government building.
Oh, okay. Well, it's, sounds to me like as much furniture they seemed like they had to have a lot of room down there, and they were cranking out low prices.
Furniture, pianos, and for a while an undertaking establishment there. So lots of shopping you could do.
That's right. You can make several visits for several different reasons. All right, how about a sports story from 1949? This is a big sports story. Baseball enthusiasts from several towns and cities in southern Kentucky met at the Dutch Mill here for a purpose of reorganizing the South Central Kentucky Baseball League for next year. It was generally decided to sponsor a 10-league team with the opening season to be the first Sunday in May. Representatives from the following towns and cities have expressed a desire to enter this league: Bowling Green, Glasgow, Tompkinsville, Edmonton, Columbia, Albany, Brownsville, Park City, and Salina, Tennessee. Says there's still a vacancy for another team to enter under the proposed reorganization plans. So let's have a good league, a good Southern Kentucky league here. They were working on that down at the Dutch Mill Village, Sam Terry.
Well, and that reminds us that Carol Ream, who was the creator and longtime only owner of the Dutch Mill Village, came here because of baseball and his friendship with Glenn Roth, who had been a very well-known baseball player who married a Glasgow girl and settled here. And, the Dutch Mill Village is one of our really neat stories and how that came about. Mr. Ream came here and he got to know Frank Redford, who had created the first wigwam village, which was up near Horse Cave. And tourism was a big thing, traveling tourism by car at that time. And so Mr. Ream's answer to a wigwam village was a Dutch Mill Village. It was the same concept, just a totally different theme. And so the two businesses have left quite an impact on our history here at some of the most memorable places around.
No question about it. And it's always just the memory of it is a landmark. Just when you see the little postcards with the main Dutch Mill and the smaller little villas back there in the back, just brings back a lot of memories for a lot of folks. And I know Jerry Ream and Jimmy Ream, and if he's in town, Randy Ream, the children of Mr. Carroll Ream, would love to tell you some old stories about that too. They're proud of their heritage for sure. Yeah.
Great story.
1959, we love music. We like sports. We love baseball. We also love music around here, and this proves it. 1959, the Glasgow Scotty Band left Thursday morning for its annual spring concert tour. Now, listen to this tour. The band is 80 strong. They're going to play first at Middlesboro Thursday evening, and then spend Thursday night there in Middlesboro. Then on Friday, they'll play for an assembly of Union College in Barberville. On Friday morning, they play at the Harlan High School, and Friday night at Benham, Kentucky. And on Saturday, they will make a sightseeing tour inside of Virginia and come back by way of the Cumberland Gap National Park. Going with the band is its director, Mr. Charles Honeycutt, and also Mr. and Mrs. Wilma Simmons, Mr. and Mrs. Charles Bradshaw, and Mr. and Mrs. Wendell Frazier, and Mrs. Willard Polson. How's that for a tour group for sure, Sam?
That's quite a group and quite a tour.
And I'm sure it took a lot of organization. Taking 80 kids on a trip like that, 80 high school kids, that would be quite the responsibility, yet probably quite enjoyable. That was 1959. 1969, Butch Gilbert, Glasgow High School football coach for the past 6 years, joins the staff at WKU. Now, back in 1969, everybody hated to lose Coach Gilbert, but boy, did he make a difference at WKU in the professionalism and knowledge of the sport that he brought to Western back in '69. And a really fine fella who smiled a lot and made a lot of people happy. 1979, this day, the Barron County Health Care Center was officially opened to the public. The center is a 50-bed intermediate care facility. The administrator there is Mr. Steve Brown, who spent his career there, making for a wonderful establishment, Barron County Health Care. Would you agree with that observation?
I would agree. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. 1989, we had, this is actually an advertisement for a business, a dry cleaners. You know, on this program, we hadn't had a lot of dry cleaners at advertised prices, but the Family Dry Cleaners at 215 West Washington Street did so. 1989, get skirts and sweaters cleaned for $1.49. 5 shirts cleaned for $3.50. Now, that's a bargain. I wrestle with one that I'd pay a lot more than that for one. And you get 2-piece suits cleaned for $2.99 each. Of course, everybody was wearing suits a lot more regular back in 1989, so I guess they made the money on the volume of those suits coming in to be cleaned, Sam. But that was 1989 at the Family Dry Cleaners, 215 West Washington Street. We have some recent births here in 1999. The recent birth of Brianna Lachey Turner, Casey Rent Vance, Charlie Mitchell Wood, Whitney Lee Runyon, and Adam Bradley Alsop. Just, I guess, which publication was this? This was the Progress. I guess just wanting to keep up with recent births, just kind of keep a handle on the newcomers, so to speak. And finally, this day in 2009, a difficult decision is facing the Glasgow Board of Education on building a new high school. Yes, it was being kicked around back in 2009, and they made pretty good progress on that. Of course, now look what we have, a really nice new high school. And but there was a lot of difficulty in making that decision, one that has proven to be a good decision, Sam Terry. And
Indeed it has.
And I'm glad that you have joined us back here for the archives today, because, all these little extra pieces of information that certainly make history come to life. Thanks for sharing the time with us to do this, sir. Anything else we need to bring up?
That covers everything I have.
All right. Well, I think we're about on the same page here, and on Monday we'll resume to cover some more pages, okay?
We'll do it.
Have a good day, sir. Sam Terry, the archives, brought to you today by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. and we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care Monday through Friday with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow.
Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Glasgow.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
44 degrees at WCLU this morning as we get started. Hoping to have a great day with you right here with us. But let me tell you about our person of the day. It's Tiffany and Jarrett Wyatt Day on the radio. Now, this is a mother and son tag team having birthdays today. Tiffany Wyatt's birthday is today, and her son Jarrett Wyatt is having a birthday today as well. So congratulations to the Wyatts. You're good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. A couple of things here for the weekend. The Battle of the Dog Bowls tomorrow from 5 until 7. It's a fundraiser for Brawa. $5 donation. You get a sample of 3 of your favorite chilies. You can vote for your favorite chili, enjoy a night out, and have a chili supper, too, from 5 until 7 o'clock. For $5, you get a bowl of chili fixings, beverage, cornbread, and drink. Proceeds benefit the homeless animals of Barron County. And also tomorrow night, the Crossroads Life Center is hosting a concert. In the Plaza Theater, the concert will host Unspoken's Just Give Me Jesus tour and feature North Point Inside Out along with Katie Hurst. Tickets available at the Plaza. Better get them today. Proceeds benefit the Crossroads Life Center. Now, that thinking cap needs to be fitting. We're going to come back here and do Friday local trivia after this word from the good folks at Little Caesars.
We want pretzel crust! We want
Pretzel crust fans, rejoice because it's back by popular demand. Little Caesars large, soft pretzel crust pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 and only $6 from the home of pretzel crust pizza, Little Caesars.
Pizza.
At participating locations plus tax.
Okay, let's ask the trivia question. 651-9149-800-956-1023 online, WCLUradio.com. Friday local trivia. You know, Barron County High School, for about the entire length that Barron County has been in existence, Barron County High School has been a power in ladies basketball. 1975, the Barron County Trojanettes, in almost the very first beginnings of the high school there, the first year, they went to the state tournament. They went to the state finals. They lost to Louisville Butler in the final game, but they had to beat 3 teams to get there. You're going to win trivia if you can tell me 2 of the 3 teams that the Trojanettes defeated to get to the final game in 1975 at the Sweet 16. It was just totally. Our community still loves ladies basketball because of some of these pioneers here in 1975. All right, somebody thought they knew, but they gave up on that one. There were 3 teams that Barron County Trojanettes defeated to get to the final game, taking on Louisville Butler. I'll take 2 of the 3. That wouldn't be it either. Okay, 2 of the 3. Any 2 of the 3. If I could have you. Somebody might get stumped and can't think of that third team. But name 2 of the 3 teams that the Trojanettes defeated to get to that final game up there at Eastern Kentucky University. Remember it well. What a big crowd! Like the big cheering section in Rupp Arena yesterday. This crowd was huge back in 1975 when the Trojanettes went to the state championship. Can you name 2 of the 3 teams they beat at the state tournament to get to the finals? Trivia.
Would it be E-Town?
No, they didn't beat E-Town. This was actually in the state tournament. This was after they got to Richmond in the state tournament. They beat the 3 teams to make it to the finals. They lost to Louisville Butler by a final score of 60-43. Who can remember back that far? How many years ago was that? 44 years ago, I think it was. In fact, I think I've lost what I had right here, but I had a story out of the Courier-Journal about one of the ladies of the Butler team from back in 44 years ago. Trivia.
Jenkins and Monticello.
That's right. That's 2 of them. You want to go for the third one?
Cage Creek.
Okay. That's a grand slam. Who's this speaking?
This is Benny Lyle.
Okay, Benny, what do you remember about that?
Well, actually, my memory, I was an 8th grade student in North Midcalf Elementary, and of course, back in that day, getting to hear radio during the school day was a big deal.
Yeah.
And our 8th grade teacher, Mr. Malcolm Kidd, whose son Emery is now our emergency director over here, brought in a radio and let us listen to the ones that were going on during school time.
Hey, that's crazy. That's wild now.
Listen to some of those, because, it was not just Barron County. That hysteria, if you will, assumed the whole region, I think. The whole region was so proud of those teams.
Yes, it was. No question about it. They came in and they defeated Jenkins by a final score of 56-25. And that meant they got to take on Monticello. And they defeated Monticello 45-39. And then they went on and scared everybody playing a big old Lexington school like Tate's Creek. They played Tate's Creek and defeated Tate's Creek 47-40.
Yep.
And then they ran into Louisville Butler, and they lost in the state championship game. What an exciting! I was there. What an exciting time it was. 60-43.
And that was that the first or second year of girls basketball?
Well, I think it was the second, I think, but don't hold me to that because, I'm not used to answering the questions there, Benny. I just get to ask them.
I understand. It was early in the tenure of girls basketball in Kentucky.
It really was, but it set the pace. Yeah. I wish I had this, but I walk around with so many different papers here that I lost this. But there is a great story this week in the Louisville Courier-Journal. The Courier-Journal did a story about, and they're doing it from the perspective of one of the members of the Louisville Butler team. One of the girls who played on Louisville Butler in the championship game and won the state championship by beating Barron County 60-43. But it's fascinating to read about, this lady's memories and how much it changed her life being in that state championship 44 years ago. Can you believe that?
Henry, let me add, those of us over here in Midcalf County certainly give our support and well wishes to our good friends, our neighbors, and our 4th Region representative as they go back tonight looking for that second victory.
No question about it, Benny. And, of course, there's a great relationship between Metcalfe County schools and Barron County schools and all the schools around here. And we're all cheering for the same thing for sure. And I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate Metcalfe County's well wishes. And I appreciate the superintendent winning a pizza, too.
All right. I think my daughter will probably get that, and she'll be happy to do it. But thank you, Henry.
I think that's in the 8th grade, listening to the ball game. Boy, that was a wild day.
That was a big time.
Yeah.
It was.
All right, Benny, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care.
Benny Lyle, he's doing some memories there. I thought we just go back. It was the Barron County Trojanettes played in 1975, the state championship against Louisville Butler. And to get to the game, they beat Jenkins, Monticello, and Tates Creek. Let's see how we can slice up Louisville mail today.
Hey, Pops?
Yeah.
Can I interject here real quick?
Yes.
David Frazier had the answer like 2 minutes before anybody else did on the radio.
Yeah.
And he's on Facebook, which is about a 20-second delay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me confirm a few things.
Okay.
First of all, David says it was the first year of girls basketball.
Yes.
And he said he thinks the score was 60-54, not 63-47. He was there.
Yeah.
He's got that. And then, of course, he started answering, and I said, why aren't you calling in? He says, to use his words, done one.
Oh, okay.
He's done one.
He's not eligible this month.
He was, but he's not anymore.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he had all three of the teams, Jenkins and Tates Creek and the other one,
Monticello.
Yeah. So
that was something else, wasn't it?
But I mean, I got to give a shout out to David Frazier because I mean he's just he can't win, but he's still typing.
He's a smart guy.
I love it.
He's a fun guy. He's another one of those wonderful folks that we enjoy interacting with each and every day.
Love it.
On WCLU, and thanks a lot. We'll see how we can hammer one out this afternoon late, okay?
Okay.
All right, and that's trivia for today. Thanks to the good folks out at Little Caesars for sponsoring trivia today. Coming right back, we're going to be into the 7 o'clock morning edition.
Those warm weather months are nice, but for some people, it doesn't matter what the weather is. They have to go to work. And if that's you, you know how important footwear is to the daily grind. So as Kaylee says, come on down to the Quick Stop Shoe Store and check us out. Happy Valley Road in Glasgow, just down from Houchins Grocery. Look for the Red Wing sign. It's a shoe store designed to give you a personal experience to find the right shoe that fits your feet, your work needs, whether it be steel toe or waterproof. The Albrights are known and trusted for these very reasons. That's the Quick Stop Shoe Store across from Swifties on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow.
Come on down to the Quick Stop Shoe Store and check us out.
CBS News special report. Police have captured 4 suspects they say were involved in a terrorist attack that killed 49 people in 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. Commissioner Mike Bush.
So far, one person, a male in his late 20s, has been charged with murder.
This man says he took cover until the shooting stopped.
I was thinking that he must run out of bullets, So what I did was basically waiting for that and praying to God, oh God, please, let this guy run out of bullets.
Christchurch Mayor Leanne Dalzell.
I never could believe that something like this would ever happen in the city of Christchurch. But actually, I would never believe that this would ever happen in New Zealand.
The shooting was streamed live on social media. A man claiming responsibility, posting an anti-immigration manifesto as the shootings happened. Its authenticity has not been verified. CBS News Special Report. I'm Peter King.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO 103.1 Glasgow.
Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At Ford's Furniture, your choice of sectionals is only limited by your imagination. Not only can you select from our large in-stock inventory, You can special order from an amazing selection of styles, colors, and fabrics. Our sectionals are so flexible they can fit nearly any room and any space. You can customize the size, the shape, the firmness, the fabric, even the pillows. All from Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow.
That's Ford's Furniture.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Phone 651-9551.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. The Barron County Trojanettes overcame Pikeville High School girls basketball team yesterday during the opening round of the KHSAA State Tournament Sweet 16. The Trojanettes will play male high school's girls team at 5:30 this evening. As WCLU recently reported, the fan base has grown substantially for the Trojanettes over the course of the season. Several gold shirts filled Rupp Arena as fans packed the seats on Thursday. Over 1,000 tickets were sold alone at the Barron County High School just this past week. According to the KHSAA Twitter account, the total attendance for the first 4 sessions yesterday was 20,377 people. This set a record for the most people to attend multiple KHSAA state tournament sessions. Barron County High School sophomore Blaine Smith says the environment of the games makes him excited.
It's pretty exciting. I'm pumped that we go to school tomorrow, and I just hope we go all the way.
And, is your family here today?
Yes, they are.
All right. And do you all plan to come back?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what kind of keeps you going to come back, aside from just being a fan of the Trojanettes?
Just the energy around the program. We have a great program at BCHS, and let's win. Let's get state.
Again, to reiterate Blaine's statement, Barron County School is not in session today to allow fans to travel to Lexington. The Trojanettes will face Male High School in the quarterfinals beginning at 5:30 this evening. For updates, stay tuned to WCLU Facebook and Twitter as Brennan Crane and Aaron Russell bring you live updates and photos. You can also tune into the game at 1490 AM, 103.1 FM, and online at WCLUradio.com. On Wednesday, the Glasgow Police Department executed a search warrant at a residence on Joe Traylor Avenue. Officers located individually wrapped bags of methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, handguns, digital scales, pipes, and rolling papers. Jimmy Tucker of Glasgow was arrested and charged with trafficking in a controlled substance. First degree, first offense, less than 2 grams of methamphetamine. Trafficking in a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, less than 4 grams of cocaine. Possession of a controlled substance, first degree, drug unspecified, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, prescription of a controlled substance not in a proper container, first offense, and the arrest was made by Officer Mason Wethington, who was assisted by several officers with the Glasgow Police Department. Governor Matt Bevin yesterday joined Toyota Motor Company executives and local officials to announce a $238 million investment to add production to 2 models at the Georgetown plant. That's the Lexus ES Hybrid and the RAV4 Hybrid. TMMK leaders plan to begin Lexus ES Hybrid production in May with a capacity of 12,000 units. In the fall of 2015, the plant became the first U.S. facility to produce a Lexus vehicle when TMMK assembled its initial ES350. The hybrid version is currently made in Japan. RAV4 hybrid assembly is expected to ramp up in January of next year with a capacity of approximately 100,000 units per year. The investment is part of Toyota's effort to boost production at its facilities throughout the U.S., including the new production lines at TMMK. Toyota plans to invest nearly $750 million across 5 production facilities. Those include Toyota Manufacturing Alabama, West Virginia, and Bodine aluminum operations in Tennessee. Kentucky's automotive industry includes 520-plus facilities employing more than 100,000 people full-time. The Georgetown plant has been a major factor in Kentucky, attracting nearly 200 Japanese-owned manufacturing, service, and technology-related facilities located throughout the state. Those Japanese-owned facilities employ nearly 47,000 people full-time. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. Right now it is 7:19. It's 44 degrees in downtown Glasgow.
Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessonberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, Outpatient Services Center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care Monday through Friday with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Some call it home cooking. Some refer to it as family style or maybe Southern goodness. But around here it's called The Lighthouse. Yes, The Lighthouse Restaurant, nestled in historic Sulphur Well, Kentucky. It's a scenic drive back to the basics. Basics like famous fried chicken, catfish, and Penn's country ham. The goodness of green beans, lima beans, creamy stewed potatoes and sliced tomatoes, fried apples, biscuits, and red-eye gravy. Our other delicious items include tenderloin, burgers, popcorn chicken, and chicken sandwiches. We always have great starters like fried green tomatoes, cheese sticks, and mushrooms, and great finishers like our mile-high pies. Words can't really describe it. Your family will love The Lighthouse, open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. A beacon for appetites from all over southern Kentucky. All roads lead to The Lighthouse on Highway 70 in Sulphur Well.
More local news at this hour. Unemployment rates fell in Kentucky in 37 counties between January of last year and this year. It rose in 72 counties and stayed the same in 11, according to the Kentucky Center for Statistics, an agency of the Kentucky Education and Workforce Development. Woodford County recorded the lowest jobless rate in the Commonwealth at 3.1%, followed by Fayette County at 3.3%, Oldham and Shelby at 3.4%, Scott County at 3.5%, and Boone and Spencer counties at 3.6% each. Magoffin County recorded the state's highest unemployment rate at 14.2%. Kentucky's county unemployment rates and employment levels are not seasonally adjusted because of small sample sizes. Employment statistics undergo sharp fluctuations due to seasonal events such as weather changes, harvests, holidays, and school openings and closings. Seasonal adjustments eliminate these influences and make it easier to observe statistical trends. The comparable unadjusted employment rate for the state was 4.5% compared to 4.4% nationwide. Legislation to legalize and regulate wagering on sports events in Kentucky is dead for this session of the General Assembly, but don't expect this issue to go away. Proponents of the legislation are already looking ahead to the 2020 General Assembly when only a simple majority from both chambers is needed for passage. During the non-budget shorter sessions in odd-number years, it takes a 60% vote in both chambers. The gambling bill gained ground this session with 21 co-sponsors and bipartisan support. A study commissioned by Keeneland Racetrack estimated a $20 million in new tax revenue that could go towards paying down the state's grossly underfunded pension system. However, opponents like Family Foundation say the cost of lives on Kentucky families, which is the main target in expanded gambling, is steep and could lead to a corrupting influence on government. Gambling addiction leads to broken families, alcoholism, drug use, and more, says the organization. The money gained from sports wagering and medical marijuana wouldn't come close to paying off the underfunded pension system, Governor Matt Mevin has said previously, which makes the argument seemingly moot. This is WCLU Local News. I am Wes Royce reporting.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to...
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chatzman. The Kentucky Department of Education wants the names of teachers who participated in sick-outs during the latest legislative session. KED officials sent an email to 10 school districts yesterday requesting the names. They also asked for any documents saying employees were sick or caring for someone else, as well as policies of the districts for collecting and confirming absences due to illness. A tornado that rolled through Paducah is being classified as an EF2. The twister was on the ground for nearly 17 miles. Its path ended just a few miles from downtown Paducah yesterday morning. Kentucky State Police Trooper Rob Austin.
We're currently stationed at a church here called Mount Zion Baptist Church, and the part of the roof has been ripped off. Several vehicles have been destroyed. We have power lines down everywhere.
The National Weather Service says the tornado's winds peaked at 125 miles per hour. 4 men are going to prison for murdering a pregnant woman in Lexington.
Mariah Coleman was walking her dog when she was shot in 2016. She and her unborn son were both killed. Demetrion Boaz pled guilty to murder, fetal homicide, and second-degree robbery. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Joseph Fain and Saquon Freeman each pled guilty to manslaughter, fetal homicide, and robbery charges. They each received 22 years in prison. Skylar Stegall, who cooperated with police during their investigation, pled guilty to manslaughter and fetal homicide. He was sentenced to 17 years behind bars. I'm Haley Hansen.
And the Louisville Zoo is set to reopen after a sinkhole opened up and ate a patch of land about as wide as a football field. The zoo is set to reopen this morning. The sinkhole opened last week and was estimated to be about 50 yards by 85 yards and about 50 feet deep in some spots. I'm Jaleesa Chatzman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I can remember always being excited about going to Community Trust Bank with my parents because I knew I was going to get a treat. It's funny, now that I'm married, have 2 kids, and just bought a new home, when it came time for a new home loan, I went to Community Trust Bank. I trust them and knew they'd be there for me and my family, just like they were there for Mom and Dad. And now with 79 locations, there's no reason to go anywhere else but Community Trust.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility, for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers, look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers, do your part in staying visible. Motorcyclists have the same rights as every other motor vehicle. That's somebody's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often, and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid for with federal funds through the Kentucky...
It's here. Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Lesser local sports in the shot heard around southern Kentucky yesterday. The Barron County Trojanettes won their opening matchup in the girls' Sweet 16 at Lexington's Rupp Arena. Barron County 65, Pikeville 47. In other action yesterday, it was Louisville male all over Boyd County 72-54. So that sets up the evening matchup tonight. Barron County takes on Louisville male at 5:30 this afternoon, Glasgow time. In the evening contest last night, North Laurel down Henderson County 66-43, and Southwestern over Collins 58-54. to 47. So here's the lineup for today. The first game we'll have on the air at 11 o'clock this morning. Scott County takes on Owensboro Catholic. That'll be followed by George Rogers Clark taking on Ryle. And the nightcap, of course, it's Barron County taking on Louisville Male at 5:30. And Southwestern takes on North Laurel. Stay tuned to WCLU for every game of the girls' Sweet 16 contest. And that's a check of local sports.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast. Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
The secret to your garden's success is waiting for you now at Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States has in stock healthy garden plants ready for you to get a good start on the growing season. Southern States covers your lawn care and farming needs year-round. They are ready with seed, fertilizer, chemicals for farm and home use. If you're ready to get started, Southern States is ready to get you going. That's Sampson Street in Glasgow. Southern States, farmer-owned since 1923.
Mild weather and some wet weather around yesterday, now being replaced by cooler weather and dry weather. And maybe dry weather in the forecast until the middle of next week. Enjoy it, although jackets required. For the most part, doesn't look too bad. Clouds mixed with some sun this morning. As we get into the afternoon, more clouds gather, and won't be surprised if we go from values this morning on the thermometer in the upper 40s into the mid-40s. Then overnight tonight, a few clouds around and much cooler, down near 30. Sunshine tomorrow, cool 52. That's 10 below average. And we could dip into the upper 20s tomorrow night. Sunday, St. Patrick's Day, more sun than clouds in the mid-50s. And probably going to take the mid-50s into Monday and Tuesday with plenty of sunshine. Overnight lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. Next chance of rain Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick from a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Let's look at the constant coverage, the studio radar screen. Things are crystal clear out there on the radar screen. Well, actually, if you look all the way over to parts of North Carolina, you see some of the remnants of what we had yesterday. But for all of the hoopla, all of the hype, the remnants of what we had yesterday, the actual rain we got in the rain gauge was only 5/100ths, 0.05, even though we did have some wind gusts up to about 44 miles an hour or so yesterday. Today, they're out of the southwest at 7 miles an hour, 62% humidity, and the barometer's at 29.96. A pleasant 43 degrees now at WCLU.
Nursing is one of the most rewarding careers because nurses save lives every day. TJ Regional Health is looking for nurses who like to make a difference each and every day. Come and be a part of the future at TJ Regional Health by joining our amazing nursing staff today. We offer sign-on bonuses, student debt relief, flexible schedules, and a great retirement plan. For more information, call the Human Resources Department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital or go online, tjsampson.org.
Don't forget today, back by special request, a mother and son tag team. Today it is Tiffany and Jarrett Wyatt Day on the radio. If you happen to see Tiffany and or Jarrett Wyatt around town today, let them know they're good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. In fact, we're going to come right back just in a second and talk about the entire weekend's worth of birthdays. We got some good folk on here. Hang on.
The Barron County Alumni Association is excited to announce a change of venue for this year's Hall of Honor celebration, the Plaza Theater, on March 23rd, beginning at 5:30 p.m. Here to tell you more about it is former educator Bud Terry.
This year we are inducting 5 individuals into the Barron County Hall of Honor and giving away several scholarships. It's a big night for education and tradition at the Plaza Theater. James Coomer, former principal and administrator, as well as Kenneth Edwards, prominent farmer in our area, will be inducted. We are also excited to announce the induction of former educator Carol Mannion, successful pharmacist and former Trojanet student athlete Kim Wilkerson. Local entrepreneur Bud Lane of Spantech is our 5th inductee for 2019. As chairman of the Alumni Association, I invite everyone to celebrate the Barron County school system and our alumni we are greatly proud of.
Don't forget that's March 23rd with reception beginning at 5:30 p.m. at the Plaza Theater, the Barron County Alumni Association's 2019 Hall of Honor celebration.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know.
All right, we got to talk about some birthdays and some wedding anniversaries, but first things first, we got to talk about Ralphie's Fun Center. And on the topic of birthdays, it's Ralphie's 7th birthday, and the 7th birthday bash is coming up tomorrow at Ralphie's Fun Center. So get ready. Here's the scoop. It's Ralphie's Fun Center's Rock and Glow Birthday Bash tomorrow, celebrating 7 years in business at Ralphie's. And you've got an all-day fun thing out there with free cupcakes and glow sticks. But then at 8 o'clock tomorrow night until midnight, listen to this deal. Special is going to be cosmic bowling or skating, your choice, $7. Now, Ralphie's knows how to make things fun for you and everybody else, and they're going to make fun things for themselves as they celebrate their birthday. Can you believe it's been 7 years? 7 years of fun and getting better all the time. Check it out, the Ralphie's Fun Center Rock and Glow Birthday Bash tomorrow. Now let's see who all's having birthdays today. Well, we told you about Tiffany White, who is 45, and her son Jarrett White is 14 today. We've got Billy Embry, who is 40. It's Karen Pace Nunn with a birthday, Jim Nelson, Wayne Gauntz, Amanda Begley Carver is 29, Garrett Atkinson is 13, Charles Kearney has a birthday today, Austin Sweeney, Ethan Follis is 13, Danny Jones, Wanda Settle is 80, Robin Mansfield is 2, and that's from Dad and Tanya. Jamie Wells is 44, Stan Arbogast, Brenda Hurt, Betty Norris, Brother Berlin Roy, Berlin is 79 today. Larry Settles has a birthday. Larry's at 73 today. Miss Lori DeMunburn celebrates. We got Mila Ray Peterson. Mila Ray is 2 today. That's a wish from Grandpa there, Mila Ray. Page 2. It's the Saturday birthdays. We know about Shannon Swafford. Tammy Gross has a birthday tomorrow. It's Billy Decker's birthday, and Danny Edmonds having a birthday tomorrow, too. Did I tell you Renee McGuire celebrates? I believe I did. My daughter, Cara Lou Royce, 31 tomorrow. We have Andy Joe Moore tomorrow. Will Compton, Cole Scott, Rita Coomer, Donna Caffey, Sarah Russell, Renee Boyd has a birthday on Saturday. Anniversaries for Marshall and Lucy Gray, and for Kenneth and Joyce Pace. Congratulations to the Paces. Now, let's flip over here and look at the Sunday birthday club. We just got one. Wes just handed me one off of the news wire here. It's Gracie Taylor having a birthday on Sunday. We understand Gracie is going to be 11 on Sunday. Willie Ramey is going to be 48 on Sunday. Erica Russell Adams. It's David Barrick, Kelly Lee, Chris Oakes, Kurt Fry, Jacob Gore, Erdy Carter with a birthday on Sunday, Amy Bowman, David Jesse, Dot Cross, Hayden McCandless is 13, Barbara Underwood, Linda Mutter has a birthday, and so does her daughter, Lori White. We have Gracie Kate Decker. Miss Gracie Kate is 14 on Sunday. Penny Houchins is 53. And the anniversary on St. Patrick's Day for Pat and Janet O'Brien. We are in fine shape here this morning on birthdays and anniversaries, and we thank you for making it a special part of our day. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Or online, a simple click here from WCLUradio.com. Thank you to Ralphie's. Don't forget to come out and celebrate the birthday tomorrow. Ralphie's Birthday Bash.
Would you be interested in enrolling your young ones in a nationally recognized top 10 school in the state of Kentucky? The Glasgow Independent School District is hosting open enrollment for all-day preschool and kindergarten on Wednesday, March the 20th. Bring a birth certificate, social security card, immunization and physical records, and eye exam results if possible. Open enrollment will take place at both Highland and South Green Elementary Schools, Wednesday, March the 20th. Enroll your children in Glasgow Independent Schools. Guide, inspire, succeed.
Good morning, friends. Have you ever struggled to know the will of God? Have you ever prayed and then decided that God must answer prayer in one of 4 ways? Yes, No, wait, and you've got to be kidding. I suspect we all sometimes wonder what God is saying to us when we pray and nothing happens. Friends, the Bible is God's guidebook. If you want to know His will, then read it. God gave His word to the apostles and guided them through the Holy Spirit as they wrote it. Beware of anyone who starts telling you about what God said to them in some conversation during the night. We talk to God through prayer, and God talks to us through His Word. You want to know why things are not working in your life? Look in God's Word. Want to know what God's will is for your life? Look in God's Word. Want to know where men came from, where you are now, where you're going, how to get there? Look in God's Word. Want to know what to preach? Look in God's Word. Want to know how to beat the devil? Look in God's Word. One thing's for sure, God's will is His Word, and His Word is His will. When you want to know God's will, get into His Word. This has been Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
It's big. It's huge. Some would even say it's insane. It's Goodman Automotive's Tax Time Sell-Off event. Prices have been slashed on both new and pre-owned in order to save you big money. Save thousands, literally thousands of dollars on select models in stock, such as select new Silverados up to $10,000 off, select new Titans over $10,000 off. Great savings on other new Chevrolets and Nissans as well. But maybe you don't want new. What about huge savings on pre-owned vehicles, which we have priced to move? Some models as much as $2,000 below Kelley Blue Book fair purchase price, with many other models well below average market price. So come in during this huge tax time sell-off event and stretch your tax dollars further with these big, huge, insane savings. That's Goodman Automotive, corner of Happy Valley and Reynolds Road in Glasgow, home of the powertrain warranty for life. Things were never better at Goodman.
Great deals, no games. Come home to Goodman.
Barron County Schools open enrollment is set for Thursday, March 21st from 12 to 6 at each location. Hi, I'm Easton Frazier. As a Trojan, Barron County Schools has helped me begin to unlock my keys to success by building teamwork through sports and other extracurricular activities. Join us and unlock your keys for success by enrolling March 21st. We RBC.
Thank you, Easton. 7:40, 20 till 8 o'clock on WCLU, and 43 degrees out there this morning.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the world up the street, Tidbit News. Wes is here. It's usually not here this time of the day, so I'm glad you're here so we can share some Tidbit News.
Well, I got some follow-up from trivia.
Okay,
that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me and David Frazier have been talking all morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, first up, the first girls' game ever, Barron County was against Metcalfe County at Austin Tracy. They didn't have a gym, and then football had just ended, so some of the football players went to watch. And they were laughing during warm-ups when Steenbergen was the football coach, and he was also the girls' basketball coach.
And he was good at both, let me tell you.
And he came over and he said, be quiet, most embarrassing I've ever done. 4 months later, Kentucky Girls Coach of the Year.
Can you believe that?
The Booster Club gave him a bass boat and called it Lady Trojanette. True story, he says. And then that was the message I just got literally when we came out of commercial break. But he said to continue that story, 1975, the first year of organized girls basketball. There were already a few schools that had played a few years not under the KHSAA sanctions, but Louisville Butler was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the starting five was Joanna Harvey, Joanna James, and then Margot Loftus Johnson, Debbie Bunch Jones, and Marcy Miller and Pam Key.
Yeah.
So
what a team. What a team.
Legendary.
No question about it.
That's awesome. But I just love David's participation in this program, you know. He absolutely just he nails it every time.
He's got quite the mind, quite the memory, and always just a smart fella, no question about it.
Absolutely. Brennan's moved the camera in here. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I know. It's right
up
here.
Right up on me.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. So it's hard to get used to it.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
All right, let's see here. I was trying to remember. I had another call from another Barron County student talking about how that before that some of the earliest girls basketball, I believe, that this gentleman told me that in the very early, before Coach Steenbergen, they played some games with Miss McCubbins and Ms. Higdon as the coaches. Now, I'm thinking this must be a student from those days because, you know, out of respect that you should have, he referred to her as Ms. McCubbins and Miss Higdon. And I think
in order to be that successful right off the bat, you have to have a feeder program.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I'm sure the intramurals were strong.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, so what else are we going to do here on Tidbit News? Actually, I thought of you and Hank on this story when I saw this yesterday.
Yeah?
There's a quirky experiment that has exposed Swiss cheese to different kinds of music, and it's found that that hip-hop makes Swiss cheese taste the best. Do you have that?
I'm following you. I'm just still a little bit astonished. That's all.
Here's what they did. They took 8 wheels of Muttengluff Emmental cheese from the World Cheese Championship winner Anthony Weiss, subject to separately to different musical stimuli. They played Mozart. They played A Tribe Called Quest. They played Yellow, Led Zeppelin, techno, and 3 sinusoidal sounds round the clock for 8 months.
But hip-hop was the one, huh?
That's right. The experiment was part of a collaboration between students at the University of Arts in Bern and a veterinarian named Beat Wampler, who came up with the idea.
When you hear those rappers brag about making that cheese, they're not lying.
Well, they're making it for sure. It was baptized as Cheese. Cheese in Surround Sound, a culinary art experiment.
That's good.
So anyway, quote, the bacteria did a good job.
If you line up all the stats in the world, you can prove anything. You know.
Well,
that, right?
you know, that might fall under useless tidbit research if I'd thought of that.
Honestly, it would.
Yeah. Anyway, so they've researched it right here. And at first I thought it was a typical Swiss reaction because cheese plays such a big cultural role here in this country. But even journalists from South Africa approached us for interviews and information. For the researchers who came up with the fact that hip-hop.
Imagine being that person, being like, really? That's what you're asking?
Yeah. And so, you know, imagine the how do you tell if the cheese is not happy?
I don't know. I was looking for something funny to say. Swiss cheese, though, there are a lot of holes in that.
That's right, there are. And
so I guess if there are fewer holes, they're happier Swiss cheese, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, here's the thing, though, is that one thing I will tell you, but they played Led Zeppelin, but they played Stairway to Heaven, which is, you know, not one of the heavier Led Zeppelin tunes. Nonetheless, it still falls under the category of this.
Useless tidbit research, useless tidbit research. When you look at all the facts, it don't mean jack. It's useless tidbit research.
Okay.
Don't mean Kobe Jack.
That's right. Swiss cheese does best when it is aged in a room with hip-hop.
Well, I'll remember that next time I'm doing that at home.
All right.
It's good to know.
8 months to make some good Swiss, there it says. And let's see, finally this story, this is up in Massachusetts. I was,
Can before you do that, can I follow up?
Yeah.
I've got more David Frazier.
Okay.
This is not useless, though.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to do that.
So, we're talking about the Coach McCubbin, you know, before it was Coach Steenbergen. Apparently that was the the future Homemakers of America team.
Oh, okay.
That was the FHA team.
And that was Miss Higdon and Miss
They actually apparently played other FHA teams, very few games, according to David Frazier. But, wow.
Well,
from FHA to KHSAA Sweet 16. Wow.
And, you know, but you can tell right there in the first year they vied for the state championship. So
they had a heck of a FHA team.
So yeah,
I can tell you, they're like, oh, what? We're going to play organized? Yeah, we'll sign
right.
up.
And some really good homemakers to this day, I'm sure. And but nonetheless, here we are once again. How many years later? 44 years. We're going to be vying again for that trophy.
Just hard to get that out of the top of mine right now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's fine.
I
David,
just keep getting this communication here going back and forth. So.
David's got good information.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, this story here on Tidbit News, it has nothing to do with this. It's not nearly as good of a story as the Barron County story or even the cheese story. What we know about wild bears do in the woods, but some motorists in Massachusetts found out what some bears do on a highway. Get this. They set up a home. Mm-hmm. There's part of Route 2 in Templeton, Massachusetts, shut down yesterday because wildlife officials had to move a family of bears that established a den in the median. Once the bears were spotted, authorities tranquilized the mama bear and relocated her and her cubs to a safer spot in a nearby forest. And then state police, of course, had to jump in there and tweet, everything went very well.
Where was Daddy Bear?
I don't know.
Probably fishing.
Well, maybe so, getting some food, but he's going to be, when he comes back to try to find the family, they're not in the middle of the road anymore. They're not in the median. But they just sort of, some environmentalist is going to say,
they
that's
had
what...
a den
Yeah.
in the middle of the
median
road.
Yeah.
Like,
there's going to be a lot of, speculation about what progress
what's
is doing.
What's that song? Our house in the middle of the street.
That's right. That's right. That is,
that.
what was that? Who was it that did that? Was it Cratton? I don't know. Who did that?
I don't know. We can find out.
I'll find out. I'll get it here in a second. I'll remember it, though.
Okay.
And I'm sure these bears are happy at home. The den is a little more isolated. Tidbit News.
I'm going to find the artist of that song.
Okay. I think it's
Madness.
Madness. Okay. All right.
Madness.
Okay.
Our house.
Well, stand by.
So, was that the story? I mean, was that it?
That's all. I mean, nothing else
they had
to say.
They had to move the bears because they were in the middle of the street.
Well, they didn't think it would be safe for the bears to be in the median.
Mm-hmm.
So they got them into a nearby forest, which would be safer. I just hope that Papa Bear can find the home.
That's one spot in the road that does not need a yield sign.
That's right.
I'm yielded anyway.
You don't want to hit a bear, I can tell you.
No.
So that's what we have today in Tidbit News.
All right.
7:50.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry. I'm here to help when you do. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get